So what I have done is I have changed this UI by dragging and changing the user interface so that I could show you in a nicer way. And the next thing what I have done, selected this object, gone to principal BSDF, created a new material, and here in transmission I have increased the weight. Now if I go to material preview, it looks like this. If I go to render preview, where in the world panel I have given it an HDRI. All you need to do with this HDRI is you need to create, for those who don't know, you have to create an environment texture, ENV. Instead of envying on others, you can take environment texture, open up here and select an image from Polyhaven. For those who don't know, you can go to Polyhaven and here you can find out lots and lots of HDRIs, and this will influence how the transmission object will be looking like. So for that I am just connecting this thing over here. So right now our object is looking like two beautiful things that a man loves: glass balls. That is that, and this is also another. Now the amount of polygons that an object has defines how smooth the refractions will be happening, because if I select this thing, right click, and if I click shade flat, it's going to give me a faceted look, and that will be useful further in the lessons. So shade auto smooth, go over here, and this is the thing, but it's not showing me the reality, just like the two beautiful things in the world, like balls. So if I take this cube and if I move it over here, I'm not able to see anything out of here. So for that I need to select this object, making sure that I'm in the object shader type, and here there are two ways to access this thing. One, you can go to the material properties here down, and in the settings you can activate ray traced transmission. It's going to immediately activate this thing, and by the way, this is the faster version but not the more accurate version. This is, by the way, will only be available in EV. If I click N in this panel, I also get the options to that setting and ray trace transmission. One more thing, if you are to activate transmission for this, but if you are activating the transmission for the object behind this thing, it will not work. So mind you, that is an issue that you need to take care of. And if you don't want to take care of all this remembering, you can just go and activate cycles. This will not be available in cycles. Cycles is an automatic engine that will do ray tracing right out of the box, but it's going to take time and it might lag your machine. But you don't want to do all the hassles and remembering, you need to give time, and I'm one of those person who is very stupid. So after that, because even if you give transmission to this object, it's going to work even better. So transmission is one of the parameters that's going to do a big overall change in your thought process, because you can make water out of it. Isn't it great? Yeah, it's awesome. If you are bigger and if you have taken a lot of problems in life, you can go for wine, or even if you want, you can drink blood of people. If you are greedy, if you are not greedy, if you are a magical person, you can drink whatever this thing is. If you are not magical person, you want to drink kerosene or Gatorade or any other product, this is good for you, because I don't know what is blue in our body that will help us. Or you can go for water. because they say, be water, my friend. Water takes the form of anything. And then you can go for this thing. It can be a jelly bean, or this thing that comes out of a human's hand of oil that he must have spilled. I was speaking about oil. Guys are just thinking of all the wrong things that I might want to say. And the next thing is the thing that makes the world go around. That a man who wants to spend time with a woman and might have to go through the path of fire, or you can just speak lovely to her. So what you can do is you can find these gems, and then you can change the color of it. If you want, you can change your luck by using this type of color. If you want, you can take a ruby or any other magenta or any other name or any other thing. Let me give it some time, and it actually looks like gemstones. There are other ways to make it even nicer things, and you can take emerald, the more royal color, surrounded by gold. It looks awesome. It looks great. One thing to remember is that if you keep the background completely white, it's very difficult for you to convince the other person that this is the real precious gems that you need to buy to change your life. But if you keep something behind the gemstones, you don't need to convince them. They will just buy for the sake of buying. Because when you have a lot of money, you need to entertain yourself with a lot of things. My God, am I beating philosophy? And just for the sake of information, I have kept this thing over here, and coming over here in the object properties, in the ray visibility, I am hiding it for the camera so that it can shine through the object. Okay, so I'm coming over here. You can create crystallites out of this thing. So these crystallites can be something that can change your world to blues, or it can invigorate you with lots of energy. Right? Or it can make you feel like pissy, or it can be the most dangerous thing. And remember, in cycles, transmission is going to take a lot of time. Or it can be the most magical thing that your kid has ever seen. It could be the most mysterious and magical thing that your life depends on it. Basically, it depends on some things that are hidden away. Like this thing. Where is that thing? I'm not able to search it. Yeah, this thing. Because if I keep it somewhere over here, it may not be as magical. And suddenly you are like, my God, I promise, mother, it was magical. That's it, guys. That's it for the transmission. Because as Bruce Lee said, be like water. Because if you pour the water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you pour into a test tube, it becomes test tube. If it pours into a human, it becomes human. So to be more human, drink more water. Or if possible, insert yourself into the blender and apply the transmission to yourself. Brought to you by BlenderJob.com.